Hello, and welcome to the FGCU Soccer Promotions Plan presented by Max Schuring on December 2nd, 2025 to the Athletics Department of FGCU. So a little encapsulation of what this specific promotion would be like. To pick a mock game, I chose Ave Maria to be the opponent of FGCU. This would be a women's soccer event played at Pickering Field on September 14th, 2026 as a mock date. I chose women's soccer because I feel like it's a little underutilized, not only in the broad sports landscape, but here at FGCU. I honestly feel like our men's team gets more of the spotlight, and this would be a good example of what our athletics department can do to maybe even the odds a little bit on that. I picked a promotional plan centered around fan inputs, the local community incorporated into it, and engaging promotional activities that will drive fan attendance more than the average game, which is about 1,500 for a game at Pickering Field. The primary draw for this giveaway is, a giveaway. The promotional main hallmark of it is going to be a bobblehead that I will touch more on later. And it will be given to a select amount of fans in order to drive demand for this event. The secondary draw is an Azul Club theme night, which is what this game would be, and that would center around bringing in local mascots in the Southwest Florida area in order to draw the more casual fan, the more fair weather fan who may not have attended a game otherwise, but they might know some of the other sports whose mascots are tied to it that are attending this game, and they might give FGCU soccer, women's soccer, a opportunity. The primary objective of this is to promote both FGCU and the surrounding local community. And another objective, and that's just kind of the broad picture one, the macro, if you will. The micro objective would be to supplement the fan entertainment of this sporting event, not detract from the sporting event or distract from it at all. So a little bit about pre-match promotions. Our marketing strategy for this event would heavily focus around social media utilization, and that would start about a week before the match, so September 7th in this mock event. To the left is just an example of what a social media post of this would look like. This would be formatted for Instagram, for example, but you could incorporate a version of this across all sites that FGCU touches, which would be X, Facebook, obviously Instagram, perhaps even Snapchat from some of the players. The promotional giveaway, like I said before, would be an FGCU bobblehead of Azul the Eagle, our mascot, with a soccer ball under his talon. And that would be manufactured for the first 500 fans in attendance. As I touched on before, the average Pickering Field attendance crowd for a soccer event is 1,500 people. So a third of that being guaranteed to fans would drive people to get to the game early and may even exceed the 1,500 average attendance mark. That would be the goal, anyway, of this giveaway. Who would be running this event? This would be ran by FGCU athletics department staff. They would be set up in tables, preferably for this giveaway before the game, with a very orderly line directing fans for this giveaway. They would all have a voucher or some ticket given by people in the parking lot. And as they arrive to these tables, they would exchange the voucher that they receive for a bobblehead. And that would just be at any entrance to the bleachers or stands. Several mascots would be walking around the concourse, if you will, of course. This is sort of inspired by a theme night, first and foremost, that the Everblades did. but it would just be utilized for soccer. So Azul the Eagle will be there, Jax, the Ave Maria, Gyrene, I believe. It's a bulldog. Swampy, the Florida Everblades mascot. He is a Gator. That's for the ECHL hockey team, local, maybe a mile down the road from FGCU and Pickering Field. Muscle Man, the Fort Myers Mighty Muscle, would also be in attendance, and he is a local baseball team in Fort Myers, a mascot for that. And that would incorporate both hockey and baseball fans who may not have attended a game otherwise. The staffing requirements, I estimate to be about 8 volunteers for this giveaway, 2 to hand out the actual bobbleheads, 2 to direct the line, and then 4 people in the parking lot to give the vouchers out. Because honestly, in my experience, the vouchers are more difficult than the actual giveaway itself. A 4-person marketing team is all that would be needed. A couple for social media and a couple for promoting the game, actually boots on the ground there at Pickering Field. And then the 4 mascots, of course, would be needed for this. Looking it up and researching online, it's about $250 to rent a mascot for an event. Times that by 4, that's $1,000 for the mascots, and then about $60,000, I estimate, for the bobblehead giveaway. And that is just calculated from the $120 that a custom bobblehead costs to make, multiplied that over 500. I believe that this could be feasibly budgeted for and financed for through various sponsorships. For example, the team's tied to the FGCU brand as it is. Anything associated with the Mighty Muscles or the Everblades, any businesses such as Kia could be potential sponsors that would want to invest money for maybe a shout out or some sort of branding on the bobblehead in order to fund this. Or the funding could just be granted to out of the FGCU athletics department budget, whatever they would be willing to give. The strategy with the giveaway would be to increase ticket sales, and the implementation of this giveaway and themed differentiation tied it to it. So a little bit about the actual in-game promotions once the game starts. So first and foremost, halftime would be a 2-on-2 match at center field between the mascots. So it would either be Swampy and Muscle Man, or Azul and Muscle Man, or some combination of the mascots. And they would play a little game just as long as halftime goes, and that's just to keep fans engaged. I've seen this done at the NFL level. The Minnesota Vikings usually have a Victors mascot game played at halftime between them and one of the Pop Warner teams in Minnesota. Local team, not only to highlight that, but just to engage fans. And I think something similar could be done just on a smaller budget with just the mascots and not incorporating a local team for this. Fans could be engaged via camera or digital employees walking around. That could be with either cameramen rented out or the social media team, as previously mentioned. Some of the broadcasting things that could engage fans could be a game face cam, where fans gotta just give their best game face, or a sing-along cam to a certain song, such as Country Roads. I've seen done in stadiums before during timeouts and breaks in play that are longer than, let's say, a minute. So honestly, a penalty kick or injury timeouts could distract from the negativity associated with those. Entertainments during shorter stops in play, so a minute or less, would be sponsored giveaways. So like a Kia gift card giveaway to a certain fan at a certain point in the stands. I've seen a local business such as Divietto's do something like this with a pizza giveaway at the Everblades. And even Divietto's could give a pizza giveaway at this FGCU soccer event. I could foresee something similar. A little video prompt is flashed on screen for the all the digital boards in Pickering Field. It would show Azul and the owner of Divietto's talking about the giveaway a little bit, and then Azul would hand deliver this certificate to the restaurant. The expected impact of this would be to increase fan engagement, of course, through the most boring part of a game, which is halftime, and to get a larger crowd in on the giveaway. Ones that may not have received something otherwise would get a more cheap, quite frankly, inexpensive way to be featured in the game and to feel included, more so than just a giveaway would. The post-match promotions would be a little bare bones, but what could be feasibly done for this event would be the staffing who was manning the giveaway stations pre and during the match would be stationed at all the exits at Pickering Field, and they'd just thank fans for coming and supporting the team. Announcements could be given via broadcast of upcoming FGCU women's soccer matches and Ave Maria soccer matches. And that would just be to promote the internal brand of FGCU athletics a little bit and local athletics that could need the support. The next themed FGCU athletic soccer event could also be released via broadcasting statement in this fashion. And that would be to engage the fans that came there solely for the theme of seeing the mascots there and seeing something different in their sporting event. The marketing strategy of this would be also to incorporate social media once again, releasing a post like most sports franchises do, releasing the box score and the future theme night detail. And finally, just to kind of summarize everything in one encapsulation, the promotional plan is heavily focused around social media utilization, local community incorporation, and fan-centered activity strategy. The potential impact for FGCU athletics from this specific promotional plan would be future collaboration opportunities with the other sports franchises in the area, such as the Mighty Muscles and the Everblades. Perhaps FGCU could be featured in one of their future sports promotional campaigns. And potential sponsor outreach from owners of business and attendants could be another benefit of this plan. Businesses would see the spectacle that FGCU could put on for one of their theme and collaborative efforts with other businesses and other sports franchises, and they may want to get in on that action as well. The potential public impact would be the public awareness that giveaways are a thing with FGCU. So more fans may attend random games just for the opportunity to receive a potential promotion such as the bobblehead. Well, that was my promotional plan, kind of mix. I hope that FGCU Athletics considers it, and I will speak to you again soon.